Greetings and salutations and welcome once again to the Cables Crusaders live at the time from the Safe House. My name is David Barry at Dr. Barry on varying social media platforms. There's a stack of stuff back there that I forgot about.
It's okay. It's all comic related.
It's a good stack of stuff.
Yes, it is.
DC Nation.
It is. It's all kinds of things.
And it's a swampy thing.
And I am joined this evening by two people. First, to my left, equally as unexcited about the recent reunion of DX again.
Are you ready? No. I said, are you ready?
No.
This is the Azorian one, Anthony Steve.
Got two words for you.
A DX fan who's not that excited.
Over it.
X is not going to give it to me.
Instead of
Over it. Got it. That's good.
X is not going to give it to me.
X gonna give it to you, not DX though.
Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Amelia.
Yes. I actually kind of love when people call me Amelia. This is Amy. You can find me at iJaneURobot on all the social media, and I am in... You can't see it, but it's got...
Someone clip that. Someone clip that. Someone clip.
If you all do that, then I will be... someone can clip it.
God, I just thought of a scene from Dracula Dead and Loving.
I would stand up, but I can't because it would be inappropriate. Anyway, I am in a full TARDIS dress in honor of Miss Jodie Whittaker. Taking over the DAC.
We have it DVR'd, but we started too late.
I watched it.
I'm so excited.
Dude, I watched it. I loved it, dude.
Show what you're wearing, because she showed what she's wearing. Show what you're
wearing. Mine is
you wearing.
Get it?
It's Van Gogh.
It's Van Gogh. Van Gogh. But it's Star Wars.
I like that everyone's like, and now we're showing.
I'm wearing the Stranger Things with the crew.
Are you doing this?
The crew up here, and then the upside down is way down.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this episode and restart it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Greetings and salutations.
Do you know what? We're an all ages podcast.
I said, are you ready?
Son of Mander, the kids aren't in bed yet. Amelia.
Gotta learn anatomy sometime, bro.
Does that say TVMA up there? It does.
Wow.
So do you know what? I think we need to talk about you not having the disappointment camera set up.
But who are we? We are your number one, allegedly, podcast for anything comic book related.
Are you ready?
Supposedly.
Yes.
Oh, well, gonna get a little ASMR in here. I think the S stands for sensual. I don't actually know.
Here on NPR.
I like that you put up the hood. This is where we've do you know what? I think we have sponsors that occasionally...
Note the time. 2 minutes, we've gone off the rails.
These are the rails that we are no longer on.
They're way down there.
Yeah, so if you are looking for anything related to the Cables Crusaders, you can go to thecablescrusaders.com. That is your number one hub for anything Crusader related. You can find our old episodes, so on and so forth. And you can also find our sponsors, like these wonderful sponsors.
Tell me about it.
Right here. I'm trying to get my hand. There it is. For example,
good.
Beard Balm Brush. Yes, Beard Balm Brush. You go to beardbalmbrush.com. You use the code CAPELESS. You can get 15% off of your purchase of a Beard Balm Brush. Now you want to know, what is a Beard Balm Brush?
What is a Beard Balm Brush?
I'm glad you guys asked. It's so they take some all natural beeswax, form it into a Koopa shell. That
Koopa?
A Koopa shell. Yeah, exactly. You're all going the right way. But where they infuse it with beard balm and oils, and so you just have the brush. You run it through your face as if it is the number one racer in Mario Kart, and you're throwing a blue shell at it, and boom, you just get an explosion of lusciousness.
An explosion.
Yeah, that's a commercial for you right there. That's a commercial for you. Pay me. So you can go to the beardbalmbrush.com, use the code CAPELESS, get 15% off.
15.
You should also go to Empire's Comics Vault, our home away from home, our local comic book store. Yep, it's right there. It's fantastic. You can't go that way though. It doesn't. No, you can't. I promise it's not a portal. Anyway, we have other sponsors too, but I don't want to talk about them right now because I'm moving on.
Look, it's Steve's. Here you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look, reminds me of Trump.
Empire's Comics Vault, look at 1120 Fulton Avenue, Suite K.
Sweet K.
That's for you, Stormy Daniels.
Oh God, we missed her when she was in town this weekend.
Could have partied. The Crusaders could have had a show.
No, I think that would have been real bad.
Yeah,
I don't think that would have
worked as well as somebody else when they had. Was it Maya?
Oh. Actually, no, it would have worked.
Yeah.
Never mind. We should have done it.
So, yeah, Empire's Comics Vault. There's also, we have a couple of other sponsors, don't we?
No, I already skipped them because we're going to go around the horn.
Hey, the moonshine. Don't forget about it.
Do you wish I was there now? No.
No, Manderson, because
we don't.
you would manage to throw more wrenches in here somehow. You're like
We have wrenches?
You're the cleanest, like squeakiest clean monkey wrench I've ever gotten thrown into my workings.
Ooh, that sounds dirty.
When we go around the horn, we go around the table in a circular fashion, except for the fact that we no longer have a circular table. It's not a thing. We don't have them. There are corners. It is a rectangle. We talk about what comics we have been reading this week because we are a comic book podcast. We read comics.
Forgot about that.
So since you forgot about it,
Another one.
another one. What did you read?
I've started.
Stevs. Oh,
I've started.
You started what? You
first
started from
off-
the bottom, or now
And
you're
now
here?
we're here.
Yes, okay.
Key.
Do you love me?
you didn't have your prop ready.
Volume 4 of The Walking Dead.
Out of 26 or
Yes.
27?
I was about to say, yeah, you've come so far.
Okay, so far.
He
I
is.
read
He's
the
up
first
to
3
4.
fast, and then I'm on 4. Again, in honor of the premiere last night. Season 9 premiered last night, so I thought I'd get back into the reading of The Walking Dead. Mr. Robert Kirkman with Charlie Adler and Cliff Rathburn
Rathburn.
involved there. By the way, in remembrance of Scott Wilson,
Oh yeah.
Herschel, who passed away on Saturday evening.
Did they figure out what happened?
I haven't heard anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I mean, he was old.
Scott Wilson, Herschel, rest in peace. And
And there's another one.
there she is, right there.
Hey, girl.
Finally started her.
Hey,
right
girl.
there. Look at the bat. See?
I like actually how it's like panning up when you get hit like the Cable's Crusaders, and then it's all like.
Anyway, started that. Tim Seeley's Omnibus 1 of Miss Cassie Hack and her friend Vlad.
Not
I like to
Vlad.
read-
He's a Vlad.
I like to say Vlad. I do assume he's of like Eastern European status.
Yes, Myra Walking Dead is still on.
But would you call him Vladimir?
Vladimir.
I want to now.
Okay.
Vladimir.
Maybe it was Vladimir.
Vladimir the Impaler.
The Impaler. Yes. Oh. Dracula.
Dracula. I hear he is ultimate tag champion from many years.
He is. That's true.
I like that we're making you nervous.
It has a really good opening with Cassie walking with this cheer camp coach, and it makes it sound like they're looking for a killer when it turns out this cheer camp coach has been the one who's been taking young girls out and assaulting them, and he's about to attack Cassie, but Cassie shows no fear because from right behind him is Vlad just destroying him. Just
Blood,
knife
blood,
through
blood,
chest.
blood, 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 blood,
fantastic.
blood.
So it's kind of like a Tarantino story where it shows this, then it goes back to how they met, and why Cassie does what she does.
Cool
And
party.
Yeah, there you
Makes
go.
you happy when guys are great.
My Halloween reading for the month right here.
It's in our Halloween reading too.
There you go.
Amy,
Hey,
what did you read?
hey,
Hey girl.
hey, hey, girl, hey.
Spill that tea, sis.
Snaps for days.
That
So
was nice.
I actually read. Brace for this. I read Wicked and Divine number 36 through 39, and then I also read the annual.
Annual.
Well, it's the little gimme right in between when we have an arc stop, and so basically there's been so many shenanigans afoot with the Wicked and Divine. Well, also Lucifer is the big part of the like the little stopgap. So it's like,
What's the color red?
well, she
Hail
actually
Game.
she looks
Hail
like Big
Game.
Red.
Hail yourself.
Actually, I need to find
Hail
you a picture.
yourselves.
She looks like Big Red. Like for the cover, she looks like Big Red.
Ooh.
Which I'm also excited about
The
that,
gum.
so we should talk about that. So at this point, if you are following Wicked and Divine, there are every 90 years there are 12 gods of multiple pantheons that come back to Earth. They're hated, they're loved, they're feared, and then in 2 years they'll be dead. So we're following the current. Oh, look at you guys go! All your fingers.
Math's hard.
That's what she said.
Who's math?
She maybe just not good at. She's not yet. Oh, yeah, who's math? I missed that.
So.
Look, there it is. TVMA. Right there. There it is.
So, yeah, we're following the current pantheon right now. A lot of people have been axed off. There's the great big bad evil is coming, and you're starting to see there's more animalistic nature to all of these different gods. Also, we're following primarily the storyline of one particular character. Her name is Laura, and then she ends up being Persephone. So I'm really excited about that. It's been really good, and yeah. And I also read issue number 2 of Mr. and Mrs. X. Oh,
Yes.
should I explain
No,
that?
don't explain it.
I should
Don't
explain it. I should explain it.
Don't explain
For
it.
NPR voice.
NPR.
It is. Yeah, I'm glad he backed up for this. There's no disappointment camera. So, the Gambit.
That bow staff. Aye.
Crawdads.
Get that alligator head. Get that alligator head. Aye. Fresh out of New Orleans.
Watch out, them gators gonna get you.
Get some gumbo.
Gumbo, get the gumbo.
Get the gumbo with the alligator head.
If we could totally, like, straight up, that was really
If you're
neat.
listening on audio, this is legitimately an actual alligator head
Gator on the microphone.
rubbing on the
Them
microphone.
gators on the
Sorry,
microphone.
chat.
Aye.
Aye.
So,
What the rogue at?
well, he's married to the Rogue.
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. X he's married to the Rogue. And issue 1 is them up on their honeymoon in space.
Gloves.
Space.
No brown chicken, brown cow collar.
Hey.
What? I read all the X-Men books.
Never mind.
There's a power suppressing collar. That's how she's been. That's how they came to get down to get up their seat and jump around.
I thought like you were saying like a collar, like
No,
Friday nights of these. Anyway.
we'll have that talk later. Where's the MA stamp?
like that's a Jackson. Anyway,
Anyway, so issue 2, we're dealing with Deadpool has kidnapped Rogue on their anniversary. Yeah, on their honeymoon.
wait.
Because Kitty
he's
called
a bad
them.
guy again.
Pity. Kitty Pryde called Gambit and Rogue on, like, in the middle of their getting down. Anywho,
Nice.
it's fun.
Need to read this.
Yeah, actually, it's really good. And right now we're only on issue 3. It just came out. So I likes me some X peoples. Also, hello, chat.
Ooh.
There it is.
Hey, there's the voice.
What's up?
Hi.
What did I read?
What did you read?
Oh, now that it's
a bye
back.
week?
No, it's not a bye week. I read 7 to Eternity. Now that it's back.
That's right, it is back.
So good. It's a Rick Remender. It's awesome. It's near perfection in comic book form. And then, are you ready for this? So if you look at that shelf right there,
It's all spawny.
and that thing up there,
It's all
Spawn.
spawny.
and 2 boxes in that closet over there.
I can't see the
That way?
Yeah, and I do have a trade or 2 in there. So I like Spawn.
Just a little
and
bit.
because of the theme for tonight, which is Venom, and last week was Venom, maybe go back
With
and
Todd.
read Todd McFarlane's Venom run, which then made me want to read a little bit of Spawn. And I was like, should I start at the beginning? You know, I've read the first 150 issues like 3 times, but I haven't read anything in like the last couple of years. Like I just
There's
keep
a whole bunch
buying
of
them.
new stuff, isn't
Yeah,
there?
they're like 280.
Yeah. Somebody bought 3 of them
3?
today, and I thought of you.
So I decided I just grabbed the most current issue, flipped it open, and I'm just like, let's see if I can figure out what's going on. I can't. I need to go back a couple issues, but the artwork right now
Is gorgeous.
and the story, I picked the perfect time because basically Spawn has assembled his rogues gallery and is using them as a team. So like all like the classic villains are back on his side. I'm just pointing at the action figures up there
You guys can't
because
see
they're
it.
all up there.
They're there.
So it is phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to going back and checking out a little bit more of it.
Query.
Random.
Yes.
The way you just exhaled right now sounded like Gangrel's entrance music. Continue.
I think, it might be some time for some news. You got some news?
Banging and banging.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about current events. I don't even have a joke. I don't even have a funny thing.
But his pants are missing.
Well, that's always. I always have my. Anyway,
Again.
it's a pants off party in the Crusader mansion.
I'm wearing a dress, okay?
Yeah, no pants.
Yeah, I'm wearing a dress. I learned.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Thank you. I don't think the camera can support that.
Here, I'll just use your hair to
There you
block.
go. There you go. You create a sensor bar.
Do the whole Austin Powers thing when I see
In the news this week, we have a lot of it, so we're going to try to burn through some
That's
of it
what
if we
she
want to
said.
talk about the movie. Because it's just, first off, New York City Comic Con was this weekend,
Yes.
so we just got all kinds of stuff, and we're not going to talk about all of it.
We
But
will not talk about the rolling turd down the street just yet, Ruru.
"Turd in the Wind,"
Turd in the
which
wind.
wasn't a great line. I just realized what you were doing. I thought are you doing the making pancakes, making bacon pancakes with the in New York. meow. Anyway,
That's one of my favorite clips with her.
so humanoids. So for those of you unaware, humanoids is a publisher that's given us a lot of European science fiction. That's actually where
Is that Sky Dolls?
I don't know.
No.
I'll have to look it up. The stuff I know is like a lot of Mobius. So Mobius is a very specific, prolific artist and writer. All the humanoid stuff, the Meta Barons, the Inkle, a lot of like very high sci-fi, comes out of humanoids. And now Mark Waid has joined humanoids as a director of creative development. So creative development. So Mark Waid recently, he's always getting attacked by like Comicsgate people, of course. But he most recently wrote Daredevil. He was writing Daredevil when we were reading it.
Splash.
That's what the name
Yes,
sounds
Globe
familiar.
Splash.
Thank you.
Flap Flap.
Yeah, he's done a ton of Marvel. He's got a lot of it. It's awesome to put him in that position. I'm really excited to see him bring humanoids maybe a little bit more to the U.S. because humanoids doesn't always have the biggest presence in a lot of American comic book stores. You have to have a specific audience for it. But yeah, and can't remember what I was going to say about him, so I'm not going to say anything else. No. So, Outcast. Season 2 of Outcast has wrapped, and this is of course based on the comic book by Robert Kirkman. It's on Showtime. Cinemax. Well, that probably explains why it's getting canceled. By the way, it's getting canceled.
Yeah.
Kirkman's Outcast being canceled after 2 seasons. I didn't watch any of it.
I read the first trade, which I really liked. But I didn't get to watch the show.
It's a really good comic. It's just, I mean, Kirkman can't just constantly be Midas. He just can't turn everything to gold that he touches.
Sure.
Well, was it Die? Was that one?
That's the latest one. I haven't read it yet.
I haven't got to it. Oblivion Song's okay.
Die is kind of like a
song?
No,
I
pick up a
kept
couch
thinking
off
of
the
Die
street,
Kitty Die, but that's not
and
an
you put it in
appropriate-
your VW? That's da. Excuse me.
Not Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Da.
Anyway, Die.
Dada?
It seems like the name is just kind of a little too more like oh, I'm gonna grab you with the name. Yeah, cool.
Die.
You and the hood is starting me off so bad.
Oh, I just realized all these people in here. Spirofist is in. No Fail Mode Games. I don't know who that is.
That's a new one.
Mini RO070, so that means they're a former Apple.
Hola,
or at least they're an Apple.
Crusaders.
Ruru is up in this, and Anticfire. Hello, everyone. And if you're on YouTube after the fact, you don't know, whatever. Oh, it's Jessica G. Hey! And thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. There it
And the
is.
slow clap.
The slow clap.
That's
hero
a
fall.
I was about to say,
superhero landing.
Superhero landing.
Superhero landing.
Other news. Emmett J. Scanlon. Cast as Lobo for season 2 of Krypton. Now, everyone calm down.
Krypton MC.
I'm excited because
I think it's
he
good.
looks
He looks
like
good.
Lobo.
Here's
You
what
guys,
it is.
if
He
you
doesn't
have-
look like the Hulk.
No, he's not supposed to.
Which in
is
some comics he does,
amazing.
in some he doesn't.
Well, I like that he looks more realistic.
I like that he looks like he literally looks like a
Lobo.
space biker.
Yeah.
They weren't even like, oh, let's make him like, because like I'm gonna be honest, New 52 Lobo would have fit better into the sci-fi show. You know, like it would have been a little bit more.
Brad Garrett cannot be Lobo, Ruru. Cameo, say it.
Wait, Brad Garrett? Like
It's Brad Garrett.
Raymond's brother?
Brad Garrett. Yes.
Oh no, it's because he does the voice.
Oh.
He voices him on one of the things.
Raymond. Superman. Why
So-
you gotta act like mom that way?
So he looks
I
like
don't think Brad Garrett
a
could wear those
legit
pants.
like space biker. And so for those who don't know, Emmett J. Scanlon, you might recognize him from his small role in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, which I don't know if you actually will. I remember him very, very vividly. Remember when they're breaking out of the prison, they get into the guard tower, they lock the guard tower down, and Rocket starts working. And then the Nova Corps shows up with the rocket launchers.
got it.
And the guy with the beard is like, fire missiles, why? And and fire all. Like that guy.
Okay.
The riot cop who's telling them to fire the missiles.
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay, nice.
I like
got
that
it.
you got excited about a riot cop.
Yeah, he was cool. The role I actually really liked him as is he was the Spectre on Constantine. He was the detective.
The live action?
Yes, who he didn't actually get to become the Spectre. He was the detective.
Nice.
Who was going to become
But I'm
the
okay.
Spectre.
I'm still okay with it.
You're right.
Like, he
Yes,
looks
okay.
fantastic.
He looks
If-
fantastic.
Yeah,
If you
he's
guys have the
perfect.
opportunity, we don't have the picture, or we would show
We
you.
have it on our Instagram.
You should, yes.
But the they made, instead of just being like black like nothing, it's scars.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like burn marks.
And then the
from
eyes.
a Kryptonian, maybe. Oh, the red.
Eyes. Also, his cod piece is very
His
interesting.
cod piece is cod PC. It's an open skull. He looks like if Lobo was in real life.
It looks like if we were allowed to actually paint it, you could
Space
look like him.
Opie.
Yes, yeah.
Space
These are all accurate.
Dang. Don't
In
be
other
space
news-
open, bro, I can't handle that. Also,
The lead
are you
pipe.
caught- are you You cut up on mine because.
I got this.
Oh, it's too soon. It's too
John Favreau. Do you know who John Favreau is?
Oh my God, he's so money you don't even know
he's
it.
so money
Rio?
you don't even
Rio?
know it. Yeah,
He's the
Rio?
reason there's a Marvel universe.
Tell us about your girlfriend, hon.
he's the guy from Chef.
Is she nice? Does she
Chef.
have sharp teeth?
The Feel Good Chef movie.
Yeah. That guy. John Favreau.
I love
He
Jon
has
Favreau.
released the title and plot details of his upcoming Star Wars series. It'll be a live-action Star Wars series. It is going to be called The Mandalorian.
Gimme.
It's going to follow a lone gunfighter after the fall of the Empire, but before the rise of the First Order. So those of you unaware, when you see the quintessential, like a Mandalorian armor, it's Boba Fett. Boba Fett's armor is Mandalorian armor. Now, is it going to be good? I don't know. I trust
We're
John
getting
Favreau.
a meh from
Johnny
chat.
Fav's got a good resume.
I mean, it could easily. We haven't had a live action Star Wars series yet. Like that's gonna. We've had a couple of like animated CGI ones, but they've been for kids. They've been fun. They've been good. We have not had a live action Star Wars series yet. And I don't know.
If it can top
I'm worried.
the Life Day special,
It's gonna be Firefly.
dude. If it's Firefly but with Star Wars, I'm gonna be.
That's pretty much what
happy
it sounds like.
and
Lone
sad.
gunfighter. He's out on the outer rim.
Here's possibly the most unpopular opinion I've stated on this show. So bear with me here. I'm a Star Wars fan. I would say I'm nowhere near the caliber of our fan base or yourself, but I'm a Star Wars fan. I prefer it over Star Trek. Sorry, Manderson.
Don't apologize to Mandy.
With
He's in
that
trouble with
said-
tribbles.
Anyway, with that said, when it comes to Boba Fett, Boba Fett, excuse me. Wow.
What was that?
I just lost. I said fat instead of fett. The Star Wars fans hate me now.
No, actually, if you did
You're out.
Pizza the Hut,
I'm like
yeah,
John
give us-
McClane in Live Free or Die Hard talking to Kevin Smith. Anyway, Boba Fett, from what I've seen of him in Empire Strikes Back and the beginning of Return of the Jedi, I feel like he's a little overrated.
Who are we talking about?
Boba Fett.
Oh,
Fett.
Bob. Well, he served no purpose.
Because Empire Strikes Back, I see him do this.
He's had no line. He's one of those characters that everyone
Where's
loved
the
the
one
way
with him over the Sarlacc pit where he's like flailing his arms trying to fly.
everyone loves Boba Fett because, and this is the thing, and why does everyone love Boba Fett? Because he doesn't say anything. He just looks awesome. He's only had a couple of lines.
He's not too
He
old.
looks awesome. Yeah, he hasn't been quote unquote ruined by a remake.
Okay.
He hasn't been ruined
pure.
by he's pure in the fans'
Why
eyes.
can't I get Mara Jade?
Because I'm going to say, the way he bites it in Return of the Jedi was a goofy death for such an awesome character.
He climbed out of the Sarlacc pit.
Did
You
he?
need to read the
Also-
extended universe.
Also, like that Mandy's making the request for Boba Fett. And
Boba
we
Fett,
should all
P-H-A-T?
go. We should all
Nah.
go get some Boba Fett.
Man, you Boba Fett. You know that?
Can we open up a Boba shop and call it Boba Fett?
After, because when I finally, like, that time came when I sat down and watched him on, I'm like, this is the guy everyone's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did
see?
this. Oh, no.
His backstory is pretty cool in Star Wars from a certain point of view. Yeah, it depends. Like, if you just watch the movies...
That's all I did.
You think he's awesome, but you might not understand the
Then where
hype
he's coming
because
from,
it's similar to Darth Maul. Darth
Ooh,
Maul's
very
awesome,
true.
but then he's gone. Qui-Gon
point.
Jinn, awesome,
point.
and then gone. They have more
Well,
dialogue.
here's what I'll give. Darth Maul, though, had a sweet fight scene.
Right, but
against
then
two
he's
Jedi.
gone.
Then he's gone.
But
yeah.
then what actually made people like really love him was when they gave him his comic. He showed up in the cartoon later on.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so he's popped up so much more. They were able to expand it, which is what Boba Fett got these awesome backstories.
Okay, that makes sense.
We'll see.
I'm ignorant to those, so I didn't
We'll see.
know.
I have no idea if he probably won't even be involved in this at all. Anyway, next order of business. No more Star Wars.
John Favreau.
We like Jon Favreau. We're willing to go with it because it's
Darth Maul
it's Johnny.
is also in another movie people didn't like. I'm People, and I liked it.
Ooh, it's going down.
Oh, the prequels. Got it.
No.
No.
Rrr, I can bench press him. Let's do this.
He can.
How much do you weigh?
220.
I can bench press more than you.
same weight as
Actually, I
you.
probably couldn't bench
What the
press
heck,
you
dude?
more you though because you got the awkward distribution of weight. You
I
know,
got all
it's-
wiggly.
Yeah, you got all wiggly. Maybe that's the point. That's what makes it.
That makes it so
I
balanced.
That's why
weigh the
with,
same
with
as
the
him.
with the bands.
Yes.
Anyway,
I just admitted my weight on air.
What?
no one heard it, but also
Good.
I don't mind. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, women shouldn't. Anyway,
No, we're just we're an equal.
yes, we're talking about lifting people. And
Yes.
that's
We're now a gym
actually we're
show.
talking about news.
Do you know
Matt
what we're talking about?
Bomer.
Because Bomer?
Matt
Not
Bomer.
Boner.
No, not Boner. Bomer has been
Bomer.
cast as Negative Man on Doom Patrol.
This is Magic Mike.
Yes.
White collar. Okay.
Yes.
all
Yeah,
right.
guy from White Collar. So here's the thing: in the show,
Darth Revan, yes.
Yeah. Dwayne Murphy is playing the character in Titan because the Doom Patrol is going to show up in Titans.
Okay.
And he's also been in early set photos. So it's possible that Bomer might be doing a voiceover role for Negative Man because Negative Man is wrapped in bandages the same way
Yes, go.
Brendan Fraser is doing the voiceover of Robot
Gotcha.
Man because they have an actor in a robot outfit.
Is Negative Man just like a, pessimistic about
Particle
everything?
Man,
Is he like,
Particle Man, doing everything a particle.
Nice
What?
suit. Ugly.
Oh no! He encountered like a negative force, and he can release a negative version of himself.
He had a
And
bad attitude.
yeah, he's a very unhappy mummy.
Which is even better because he was in the Mummy.
Accurate. In other news, the DC Originals calendar has been released. Speaking of Titans and Doom Patrol,
Swampy.
yeah, Schwamp. We're not getting Schwamp thing
This
for a long
thing went up
time.
here yet.
So
But they
DC.
want the shrimp.
So the thing about DC Originals, this is the stuff that's coming
Like
on the
Negative,
DCU app.
Which I haven't logged into.
There's nothing on there yet. There's no. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. None of the originals are on there yet. They're releasing them not in bingeable fashion. So they will actually release them
Yeah.
every week, which is an interesting move considering everyone does bingeable style now, except real TV shows, which maybe that's what they're going for. And they've also basically spread out their shows over the next year. So if you started with a year membership, you will see, I think, the end of season one
And
of
then I'm going to
everything.
be sitting there going, oh,
I think there's one show that's on twice, but or has 2 seasons in that
Pardon?
year, but I forgot which one it was.
Yeah.
I think one plays
Yeah.
twice.
Spread. So I think the DC calendar is upsetting.
I don't know what that is, but I want to know what it
It
is.
says fake news.
Fake news.
The Schwamp thing is going to be what, September?
Yeah,
It's like
a very
summer.
yeah, no, a summer, good
Yeah,
season.
why would you put something that horror master James Wan is doing in the summertime?
Speaking of James Wan,
He's so tiny in real life, and
He
he's
is.
so sweet.
we got the full Aquaman trailer.
Oh,
that
you
you
the one that I
already
saw?
saw. Yeah, you already saw it 'cause you were at Comic-Con.
It was so good. It's so good, you guys.
There's a baby next door, please.
It was so
Calm,
good, you
calm
guys.
your
I
dress.
wanna do it like this.
Calm your police box. That was good. Get it.
Calm your police. Somebody else is pumping.
No, I'm not. I'm
Look,
dressed. Yeah, I know.
somebody's
That's
pumping
exactly.
else's
Yeah,
pumps.
that's what we're doing it. So we got a full Aquaman trailer. It looks like parts of it look really cool.
Yes.
Parts of it look really bad.
Yep.
Dolph Lundgren as a redhead looks really bad.
I'm just pretending
What?
to top of her.
Oh, the Black Manta looks awesome. The Aquaman in the classic orange and green looks pretty cool.
He looks okay,
This
right?
massive battle scene with the trench monsters looks like Lord of the Rings underwater. I'm down for it.
Can we get down? Did you get to see it, Ishtifs? Mm-hmm. How did you feel?
I'm on board with everything you're saying. Even Ivan Drago and red hair is not.
Yeah, you were bringing up the London. The hands.
The one-liners from Momoa.
Yeah.
So they do have sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their head. Ruru, thank you. So they go to like the Atlantis and they have the little puzzle thing and it needs water. So she pulls the sweat from his head, which I thought was kind of cool and activates all of it. That makes sense. It had to be underwater.
It's Fifth Element.
But then when he's like, could have just peed on it. I was just like, okay. Like that's a thing that I might have said when I was 15.
Yeah, good.
So I guess 15-year-old Barry's like, yeah, Jason Momoa. But
Oh, I look like
I'm just sick of him stealing my fashion. I'm just
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm sick of him being like,
And
oh,
the
I'm
sharks with freaking
gonna
lasers
do
on their
this and
heads.
I'm gonna get the cool tattoos. I'm gonna throw tomahawks. I'm like, I did it first. just like freaking Hemsworth taking my face paint. I did that first.
Josh Brolin taking my corny smile.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody
Yes.
stole anything that's-
Those one-liners are only going to last so long.
They're
Thank
going
you.
for the Fast and Furious audience. Oh.
Well, then they're going for this guy.
Well, if it's 3, if it's Tokyo Drift, I'm okay with that. 3.
That's what I don't like.
Of all of the
That's
ones,
the only one that I like.
weird. In other
really
news,
jumped on when Rock came on.
we need
Sorry.
to. We're almost through, and it's only 35 minutes. Dear God. So we got a trailer. This is actually something I'm really excited for. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it because it might be really intense, but we got a trailer for The Boys.
The boys, like the boys around here?
No, The Boys is in the comic. The one that the way Samuel Jackson was drawn was they basically drew Nick Fury to look like Samuel Jackson. They drew the main character to look like Simon Pegg. He's in it. He's going to be that character's dad. So The Boys focuses on a team of heroes are basically like.
Poopy?
Yeah, they're like tied to corporations, and they're all in front of the camera.
shit,
They're like saving people and doing all this stuff, and then behind the scenes they're awful, like doing drugs, doing all this stuff. Yeah, Coffee knows what's up. So Simon Pegg is in it. Simon Pegg, since he's too old to be the character, he's playing his dad. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime, so it can be rated. It can be whatever they want it to be.
Oh yeah, they're gonna follow that one.
And so the trailer they released is basically like an advertisement for the corporation that runs the team of superheroes. They're like, we're this industry, and we've brought the supers into the so superheroes are like sports superstars. Ruru, exactly. They are awful behind the scenes, and then the boys are there to put them in check and put them in their place when they need to be take out exact vengeance on the superheroes when they cross over the line. Famous people are not all bad, Manderson, like real celebs, and there's some pretty good ones out there.
Why would you just even define real celebs? How about everybody that it can get in front of a camera is a celebrity?
Evans. Awesome celeb.
Hashtag.
I'm in front of a camera. I'm famous. Anyway.
Chris Evans.
Anyway, so the boys trailer looks good.
Iron Man, you need to go on a date.
Are you ready for this?
No, I'm not ready for this.
I am.
Arrow season 7 trailer. Didn't watch it. Who cares? Moving on to the main topic.
I saw
nope, too late.
last season.
Nope. I'm gonna.
He's in prison.
And there it goes.
Oh, God.
Deleted it from the show notes.
It doesn't
Keep it on the rest of the show.
exist. Do you know what? It
It's
goes after the invincible celebrity trope. See, I like the coffee.
It does. It's basically if Donald Trump was a superhero and then got taken down
got
by a team led by Simon Pegg.
I did my best to save,
Yeah.
and you just couldn't handle it.
Oh yeah, come on.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
thank you.
What?
I do what I can with the mushrooms.
Oh God.
I hear good things about him.
Anyway, in other news, we saw a movie
Not
this
for your
week.
skin.
We saw a movie this week. You
By
didn't.
we.
I mean us. Last week, you should go back and watch last week's episode because it was really good. Yes, first off, listen to Decaf. The comic is really good. Antic Fire. Yeah, I didn't want to unsubscribe, so I'm glad you didn't talk about Arrow. Anyway,
Prison.
our main topic this week is, of course, the movie that came out that is shocking the world, I guess, Venom. So last
Apparently
week,
doesn't have enough tongue in it.
we talked about Venom 101, which is where we gave you introductions to the character, the comics you need to read. There's lots of tongues.
Actually, he might have the tongue for this episode.
Ew, I hear
Why is it gyrating?
Venom.
Stop it.
Why are you gyrating?
Stop
That's
it.
the scary part.
Yeah, he's like a snake.
I feel like Nick.
Anyway, so the Venom movie came out. Steves, can you look up the numbers for me? Because I didn't do any of the
Oh, yeah.
numbers that I normally do.
Is Emily
Oh, it made for the
Rickards
weekend?
hot?
I already saw.
Who's Emily
it.
Rickards?
Domestically, it made 80 million.
Okay.
Not bad.
So it had a great opening weekend.
Yeah.
His tongue looked like Terry Cruz's. Oh, I think that's him hitting on you in chat.
Hey. So I think it's at a 31% on
It
Rotten
popped up from that
Tomatoes.
28.
I'll verify.
didn't it?
Popped up, but it's also the thing about. So is it Rotten Tomatoes is critics, right?
Rotten Tomatoes takes all critic reviews, takes them whether they're generally positive or generally negative,
Ooh.
and gives the positive or negative tomato
Rue was
splat.
on that one.
205 million worldwide.
Nice.
But then, so which one's like actual, just like fans? That's IMDb.
IMDb is fans, but they also do give Rotten Tomatoes the critic
Okay.
score and what fans
are
feel
saying
about
okay.
it. Yeah.
And what are fans saying about it?
Last time I saw it was pretty high. It was in the 90s. for
Okay,
fans.
cool. So,
Most
so
of
Manus
any
yeah, it
October.
broke records as far as October openers. But again, it's one of those things where
What's the
every
second
movie
weekend?
is breaking records like every time now. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of
because you know what comes out next month that I'm really excited for?
what?
Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
Oh yeah, that's gonna break everything.
Oh, it's gonna break everything.
So first
Also,
off,
Gal Gadot's in it.
initial thoughts, Amy, when you came out of it, were you yeah, or were you nah,
Yeah.
or were you meh?
Can I?
You can meh.
Can I see this with the?
We
meh?
are waiting.
We are mid-range.
We are meh.
We are okay.
Ooh, disappointed in the chat.
Audience score is 89, tomato meter 30.
I don't get why people.
I needed a shower. Look at this. There's meh and showering. In
What
the chat.
were you as moist as Tom Hardy was?
Oh dang! Everything on everything.
Hey.
Tom Hardy on everything.
He's a great looking guy.
Anyway, so okay, good, bad, ugly. Let's break it down.
Oogle, oogle,
There were
oogle.
parts of the movie that I really, really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had fun with a couple of parts, but overall, I was severely disappointed. Like the only reason I don't go into this territory
Because it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
because it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
And?
Because Tom Hardy was like, I really like Tom Hardy. I like what he did. And yeah, Ruru just made the point that I was making from the start. Like it feels like it's like a 2003 pre-MCU movie. It is probably the best pre-MCU movie
That's
movie
very
I've
well
seen.
said. If we're taking this a step
You know?
up from the former Spider-Man
Yeah.
movies that had nothing, that Disney had no hand in, it was.
It was pretty good.
If
was okay.
this Hardy was in Spider-Man 3, 10 times better.
Yeah, no, he would have beaten Topher Grace into the
God.
ground. figuratively and literally.
What Topher? What is this?
Matinee Tuesday.
What kind of movie ticket would be worth
Matinee Tuesday
a
discount?
Matinee Tuesday discount iPhone video from Pakistan?
With a little bit of wiggling. Tell me.
Don't we have a sponsor in Pakistan now?
Oh, we do. The beer sponsor.
The beer sponsor.
Or are they Israel?
It was Palestine.
Palestine. Anyway, Fox
oh my
Sunday
gosh.
afternoon movie. That Tom gives me a hearty. Isn't that your husband in there?
Hey, 20.
We're all dating each other in the chat now. I don't know who's
Sharpshooter, a $5 Tuesday,
Sharpshooter,
$5 Tuesday movie.
Great move.
Yeah.
100%. Like I would,
finishing
if
maneuver.
you could. I mean, like I went and saw it on the Cinemark XD, which is their biggest one. It was cool. I didn't need it. But I mean, all the
lights, the bells and the whistles.
They're all great at that one. Yeah, like I mean, I liked having a reclining seat and everything. I'm spoiled
I
at this
think
point.
Chad is just a polyamorous relationship right now.
You said sharpshooter,
We
right?
create love. Yeah, TL Sharpshooter.
When you take the right leg,
Yeah.
you put it
So-
over the guy's
so-
left
Yeah,
leg.
and then
Five,
you
wrap it
or if
around,
you decide to wait,
lock
you could
in,
watch it at
flip him
the.
over, and you sit on his back until he taps.
Drive-in.
You could do the
Drive-in.
drive-in.
I think it'd be a fun drive-in movie.
It would.
Yeah.
Because the top.
I don't like being touched. Baru blessings. I will try to.
We are Venom.
You would do good as a voice actor of a Zerg in the new StarCraft game.
I'm down.
Also, if somebody caught all of us with our tongue outs, please send me that screenshot. It will
Just
be
give it
great.
time. No, we're not that kind of chat. Don't say
They
that
are
sort
that
of thing.
kind of chat.
I know,
Mandy
Margaret.
and Anzik are supposed to be getting together. Anywho, skis. So I agree with you.
Yes.
It was meh. There are things I wanted more of.
Mm-hmm.
There's things I wanted
Less of?
of. I wanted less moist. Consistently. Less moisture.
So, is Tom Hardy like always sweating in the movie?
Well,
Yeah.
because he basically is
He's sick.
constantly fighting a virus.
Oh, that makes sense.
So he's always
Got it.
sweating through his clothing. He's jumping into the water. He's swimming. He's yeah. He can eat. At one point, he does say he's in the back of the car and like she has a pile of clothes and he's like, "Can I have this? I'm wet and I'm cold." And I'm just like, okay.
That was a really good impression.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's happening again.
Anyway.
So that really drove me nuts because in comparison
Tongue and
to
hair, tongue and hair.
Riot,
Yeah.
Riot was fairly dry.
Yeah. Riot looked like he was like.
That's who Riz Ahmed.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Riot looked like he was like because he first off he like seemed like he was much more in control of his symbiote, so he was a little moist when he like went into like
Mildly moist,
but wasn't sweating
He
through
wasn't
stuff.
sweating to the 80s.
He took his NyQuil.
Yeah, and then his symbiote actually looked because it looked almost more like he had like burnt armor platings.
Or like he was the crispy side of a cake. I don't know.
What color is Riot?
Gray.
Yeah, so in the comics he was more
kind of-
blue,
Okay.
He's supposed to be the blue
like
symbiote,
the blue
but,
tinge.
but he's not
Yeah, he's more gray.
because he's more gray.
Got it.
The gentlest bad guy. Yeah.
Well, they're being R-rated cut for this on the Blu-ray. I mean, they might pull a DC and they're like, no, guys, no.
This is
guys,
what it really meant to
look at this version.
Did you want to
This
see
is
blood?
the version.
Did you want to see blood?
Whoopsie
This is blood.
doozies.
So Drake being the greatest bad guy I've ever
The
seen.
gentlest.
Bad guy. I'm sorry, I think he said greatest.
No,
yeah,
gentlest.
No. He reminded me.
He's
Drake's in there.
no,
not. No.
that's Riz Ahmed's character.
Oh, my bad.
To me,
I
he.
loved him in Grand Budapest, but
He's
not,
awesome.
He didn't have enough gravitas to make me feel like he was the big bad.
No.
The Night of on HBO. He's exquisite in that.
So you know what it was? Is he's awesome, but I needed a slightly more
Menacing.
CEO. He felt like he would have been a start, like he would have done a startup, but he would have
Felt
been
like a guy in charge of Facebook.
He did Jesse Eisenberg in there?
He would.
No, he wasn't. We could have put Jesse Eisenberg in there, and it would have been a little creeper.
Clark Kent.
He should have.
Wayne.
He should have been like the guy who did the startup, the Silicon Valley startup that was then being controlled by the bigger bad guys. You know, like, but they tried to make him the sinister
The sinister guy.
the sinister
But he
CEO
wasn't
of the
sinister.
startup. No,
like,
he
was like the interaction with him and the kids in the open, where it's like
it was awkward.
he was like, hey, don't tell her to shush.
But yeah, it's like they were trying to make him seem like he was like
Human.
Well, also, but almost like he was
Ben
a little,
Mendelsohn was busy, apparently.
yeah, like he was a little
would've been sick
he was
now.
kind of like socially like inept, but like also like didn't want to talk to the kids, didn't want to like touch, but then he wanted to like high five them. It was they tried to like bring all these tropes of like the genius
Isn't that kind of what they played with Eisenberg when he was Lex Luthor?
a little bit,
Yeah.
but they didn't do a good job of
But
it.
there was no Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, none.
Demons
so-
in the sky.
first off, to give you a quick breakdown of the movie. So, we are so
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
I am going
Spoiler.
to break down the plot of the movie Venom that was recently released in theaters in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, in very true to the cartoon fashion,
The open drop.
I loved this. So the Life Foundation is this organization based out of San Francisco, and they have sent a space shuttle into outer space, and that space shuttle returns with specimens.
Okay,
and those specimens were the symbiotes, symbiosis.
Symbiotic.
Yes. One of them had
Symbiotes.
broken out of containment and had
Escapade.
killed the astronauts, crashed the
SpaceX.
the shuttle. It gets out. The rest of them get taken away back to San Francisco, to the Life Foundation.
None of the astronauts were Jonah Jameson.
No, one of them was. That's what we loved. It was
because-
Jameson.
Exactly, because this is what I brought up. If you happen
This
to go
is-
back and watch and or listen to last week's episode,
101.
I brought up that was one of my absolute favorite, even though it was in the comic books.
Yeah.
Iterations of how we got to the Venom.
Yeah. So
Because I love it, Jameson.
he's the one astronaut that survives. They get him into the ambulance, and then all of a sudden he sits up. It started to feel a little bit too much like Men in Black. When he was the cockroach.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Is that better?
Is that better?
Yeah,
Sugar.
It was kind of like, you gotta walk hard.
More
so,
sugar.
So it was kind of like that. Like he snaps up and he's like a zombie basically, and the symbiote starts hopping bodies.
Oh, okay.
And it is trying to travel somewhere. The
Is this Venom symbiote? Or is it...
no, that's the thing. That's Riot.
Oh,
so the
okay.
other ones are then taken to San Francisco, and then we meet Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is the
Hey, how you doing?
hey, how you doing?
Hey.
From New York, but now I live in San Francisco.
Howdy. I'm really British, but
Yeah. Mad Max. Hey.
Inception. Hey.
In the darkness.
What a lovely voice.
Anyway,
This is why I let
he's
you guys
talented.
talk.
He's
He is
good.
talented.
He's so good.
he's talented. Which Ruru, that was a thing from I think one random little mini series in the comics where he was a loser on his planet, which I hated that. Apparently you and Antic have been talking about Jerry Lee Lewis.
That's how I like my original Nutty Professor.
So the
Lady.
so then they start studying, they start researching the symbiotes, they start bonding them with homeless people to try to see if they can get that symbiotic relationship. They can't do it. The people keep
They
dying.
want it badly.
Eddie Brock is dating a lawyer whose firm is representing Life Foundation.
Michelle Williams.
So yeah, and Wang. So they
Who happens to be someone important if you were listening to our episode last week.
She was once married to Heath Ledger. Yes, I know.
Oh.
so
Breaks my
he
heart.
sees an email on her computer, reads it, has information about a wrongful death suit against the Life Foundation. Michelle Williams was wasted in this movie.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, she was wasted. She was
so-
not utilized enough.
I'm trying to remember what happened after that. I'm trying to remember the order of things. So then Eddie Brock goes and does an interview with Drake and calls on a bunch of stuff, and Drake's like, cool, I'm gonna ruin you. So he gets his girlfriend fired, or his fiance fired. She leaves him, gets him fired. So then fast forward, Eddie Brock's an alcoholic. He's sad. That's kind of like the way.
But he still loves people. Like,
Yeah.
he's still being super duper nice.
He still cares about people.
He hasn't
about
beat.
people.
Yeah,
He
he hasn't
hates-
beat up the
he-
guy across the hippie dippy guy.
He hates wealthy people.
I hate wealthy people. I hate them with their monies.
Yeah. So
Especially that guy, the gold guy.
then experiments are happening, and one of the doctors who's doing the experiments grows a conscience.
Denny Slate.
Yes, and reaches out to Eddie Brock and says, "Hey, man, you should go.
They're killing
Look at these.
people.
They're killing
You need
people."
to come in here.
So he comes in. He takes a bunch of pictures.
One of his homeless friends.
Yeah, one of his homeless friends was actually picked up. So they,
What?
she breaks him in. He gets in there. He sees his friend. She actually has venom in her. And
7 days.
she's freaking out, and he's like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. So he breaks her containment, gets her out. She jumps on him, starts attacking him. Venom leaves her, goes into Eddie. She's dead. And then so Eddie then is just booking it out. He has all these pictures,
I'm coming. Get you.
but he's also freaking out because he is
The FBI won't believe her.
because he's jumping up against walls and then pushing off, and he's cracking the walls.
I'm buffer all of a sudden. Nope.
This is one of my longer descriptions. I'm trying to cut it down. Bloody, bloody, blah. He discovers that he has these abilities. He has these communications with Venom.
Venom talks to him in his head.
Yeah,
We are Venom.
they're trying to get Venom back. Riot eventually comes over on a plane and gets into Drake.
Did he start from the bottom?
Yeah, then
Yeah,
we're here.
then he was there. He literally did
They
start from the
split
bottom
for a
again.
period of time. They come back together. Other stuff happens. They have a big final battle. The Riot gets in a space shuttle, and he blows up the space shuttle, flying away.
Venom breaks in.
I read the lines, and the
We
lines
are
gave
Sony
away.
edgelords.
Yeah, and then Venom, he thinks Venom's dead, but Venom's not actually dead. And then what?
Secrets.
Secrets. Yeah, we're already spoiling it.
Well, it says we're Sony edgelord.
I have a correction. That's not part of the story. So
What's up?
keep going. Antic Fire. Michelle Williams won Golden Globe for her performance as Marilyn Monroe. She's yet to win an Oscar. She's been nominated 4 times.
Maryland, I loved that.
Casey Affleck won the Oscar for Manchester by the Sea for Best Actor. Just a correction in the thread there. They were saying that she won. She's not won an Oscar yet.
Yeah,
She's
no, I
won
can
one.
read.
I think you need to go on their podcast and do
Yeah,
that
you go.
shenanigans stuff.
They're the movie guys.
They're the movie
Right back.
guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Also, the horror movie
Are they
guys
back here?
too.
Are they back here? Guys, she didn't win the Oscar.
That's not how the internet works.
I love that.
Oh, I thought they were.
Thanks for the correct info.
I thought
See,
Actually-
look at people being receptive to information on the
Also,
internet.
apparently, there's experiments that are
We gotta go
happening
see
in
Halloween.
chat.
Experiment together.
Yes, we do.
So,
Gotta see Halloween.
let's run down the list of the cameos and the Easter eggs.
There's
I like
so many
them.
dates
They
going
were
on
fun.
with him in
There's some
the
weird stuff.
Crusaders, dude.
We are just
As
one.
soon as he gets you in, this is just gonna get.
He's got suppressor passes. So first off, we already said it. Jameson, the fact that Jameson's son is J. Jonah
gonna
Jameson's son
cry.
is the astronaut who brings it back. I like that.
Yeah.
The Daily Globe. So the Daily Globe is the newspaper that fires
That fires Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock from New York. That's the way it is in the comics.
Oh, okay.
Kinda
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're-
Freaking.
So even though they don't never actually named the other Clintar being the race of the symbiotes.
Gotcha, okay.
Scream,
Clint.
Scream and Lasher are the other two. The kind of
the
the
yellow.
teal green and yellow.
yellow.
Mhm. The yellow is the one.
Lasher.
Yeah, those are the names of the symbiotes. So in the comics, the Life Foundation experiments on Venom and gets 5 symbiotes out of him.
They sound like the bulk and skull of the symbiotes to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
That is 100% accurate. So this is something I really liked. Our hometown hero, friend of the show, Ron Lim.
He's in it?
No,
Oh.
his
He
name
has.
is in there. He has a
He has.
cameo.
Nice.
So Ron Lim at one point took over penciling Venom. I can't remember who dropped, but it was back when the original writer was writing him. As Tom Hardy's walking on the street talking to Venom, and he's basically explaining to him, he's like, "Yeah, some people good, some people bad. You won't touch good people, maybe touch bad people." There's a store he walks by. It's Ron Lim is the name of I think it's a flower store.
Nice. That's funny.
And then he lives in the Schuler building, and Schuler is of course one of the other creators, the original creators of the space, the alien in the black suit.
Nice.
We did get a Lady Venom. We
Very
got
briefly.
Anne. Anne got the suit because at one point they used the MRI machine to
Expel them.
expel it. The bad guys capture Eddie Brock, thinking he still has the suit in, and of course he doesn't. Typical. He gets. Venom goes to the little dog.
Pomeranian.
Then the little dog goes to Anne, and so Anne
And it's
comes
like
and saves him. And
in full Lady Venom with the ponytail.
in full Lady Venom.
With the ponytail.
Yeah, and then they make out, and then that's how she transfers it back to him. So it's all.
And he's like, "How'd you like?" He's like, "How'd you like that?" It's like, "I feel powerful."
We are Venom.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Not currently me.
So we got Lady Venom for a minute. And then losers, the thing that Ruru mentioned. So
We call a loser.
yeah, so at one point Venom is basically like, "You are a loser on your planet. I am also a loser on my planet," and it's like,
Yeah, okay.
okay, there was a miniseries. I think it was a 4-issue miniseries
You said you weren't a fan.
where we learned a little bit more, and he
Yeah,
was basically a
seriously.
loser on his planet. Antic, you like the tongue. Sorry, he said there's way too much tongue even for him.
There's never. Anyway.
Anyway, so yes,
You're
so,
a date to
so that's the way
Halloween, bro. You gotta do
they
that.
connect, and that they basically by being in Eddie Brock's mind, Venom basically decides that he doesn't want to, because the original plan was the Clintar were going to come to Earth, find hosts, then get in the shuttle, go back, and bring all the rest of them, and they were going to invade the planet. So they basically invade planets. Which was kind of a weird thing. And then the last cameo is, of course, the Stan Lee cameo, which we're going to bring up later because it is part of the conversation of chances of connecting to the MCU.
Okay. I totally forgot that this was supposed to be
Stop it!
Show.
I know I'm reading the same thing you're reading.
Gosh, I'm trying to stay connecting the MCU.
I'm good.
Stan Lee.
That's not what we're talking about right now.
Small dog.
So, one of the biggest things that I think, even if, I'm going to be honest, like, if there was one slight change, that if they could have incorporated it, I feel like the movie would have been better overall because I would have felt like there was a goal.
There's continuity.
It was going to something, and that would have been the connection to Spider-Man. I didn't need Tom Holland in the movie. I didn't even need Spider-Man.
You just need to see a newspaper with Spider-Man on the front.
Yeah, or just like or
even a passing commercial.
Something about like Spider-Man loses black suit or something like that. Because the way they did it was they didn't give Venom any webbings. They did not give him the spider on his chest, though when he was stabbed through the chest and then he pulls it out, it looks like the white spider for a second. Like, not even like a nod. It was maybe.
Gotcha.
So instead he's like very like tentacle based. Like he like stretches out his arm and like pulls himself up. He wraps around people.
Which he did that also.
Oh yeah, the suit also does that, but he did the webbing because he got his abilities from Spider-Man. So he wasn't like crawling up walls the same way. He was like more climbing up them like bestial because it was like a power suit basically. Which it's fine. It wasn't. I didn't hate that, but I felt like I would have just felt like we were going somewhere important if you had been introducing these things with the idea that Spider-Man existed in this world.
Which exactly.
Even that would have been a big up for me. Even if because I didn't think the writing was great. Even if the writing had stayed the way it was, and you had said Spider-Man exists in this world, I felt like I would have been like, oh. Okay.
Easier connection.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, this isn't a good MCU movie, but at least I like, yeah.
Well, even if you had brought it up, the reason why, even if they had brought up the reason why he had to get out of New York was because of Spider-Man, that would have made you could have at least dropped the little nugget and then been on your way, and we'd be like, oh,
yeah,
see what you're doing there.
Real fast, Antic Fire. I'm not sure. I know Eric Larson drew him for a while. I know Todd McFarlane drew him for a while. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who left before Ron Lim took it over. I don't think it was Eric Larson though. I know Larson was on
after.
it. I can't remember anymore. I'm all over the place. What was I saying?
We're talking about that we needed some spiders.
Just a little, and then maybe just some better writing in general. Just
that would have been a really fun end scene.
What?
Brew was saying that they should have had Kraven reading a newspaper about Venom attacks.
I would have been down to something like that. Yeah. That could have been cool. Speaking of which, we'll talk about setting up the sequel. So the post-credit scenes, there were two.
There's a mid and an end.
A mid and an end. The end was both good and severely disappointing.
It made me angry.
The mid was
good
classic.
And it made you angry.
Yes, it was classic. So the mid-credit scene definitely set up the sequel. We see Eddie Brock on his way. He scored the interview of a lifetime. And that interview is with a serial killer who is recently captured in prison. And it is, of course, an individual with bright red hair shooting out, being played by Woody Harrelson. And he is writing with his finger. His finger is bloody, and he is writing because this whole thing was graffiti. Is it Welcome Eddie or Hello Eddie or something? Yeah. And it is none other than Cletus Cassidy, a.k.a. Carnage. Stevs has the mug. The line... I like Woody Harrelson, but the line that he delivered was pretty lame because when I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage, and I'm like, oh,
got it.
Did
he deliver it the way when he was Woody on Cheers? Because that might be funny.
No, it kind of felt like the guy from Zombieland.
Oh,
where he's just like,
well, I even like that better. I like that red hair better. That was put up in chat.
Is that Moira? That's Moira face-bombing from Overwatch.
I know, but her hair...
The hair was unbelievable. The hair looked like a wig, not in a good way. And his manic behavior seemed a little, odd. I think Woody Harrelson could be a good actor and I think he could play Cletus Cassidy, but I was kind of like, what are you going for here, bud? But it was cool because it possibly sets up Carnage.
Probably got him for the scene before he'd done any research yet. just do this. Just say these lines real quick.
Yeah, just smoke weed and then
come sit down.
And come sit down and Tom Hardy. You want to know how I got these scars? No. Woody, wrong.
Aww.
No.
He watched Dark Knight before his scene.
Actually, that would have been better if he had done something weird like that. Ronald McDonald got his due after making America Fat, sent to San Quentin. Yep, Antic Fire with dropping truth bombs.
Oh, somebody is angry.
So that sets up the sequel. The other thing that there is a chance is, so all the other Clintar that came to Earth were dead.
Yellow.
Two of them, Lasher and Scream, had died when they'd gotten out of their hosts and they hadn't gotten into other suitable hosts. And then Riot, of course, burned up in the shuttle. So Venom is the only symbiote left on Earth that we know of. The other thing is the space shuttle had found life signs on this asteroid, and apparently on that asteroid there were millions.
Which is what happens in Spider-Man.
Yeah, so there are
the animated series
there's
Spider-Man.
a ton of Clintar out there, so they could still come to Earth. Carnage is supposed to be born from Venom, so we could always get that. So there's a chance for other Clintar. The other post-credit scene.
Bye.